Creators and influencers. You like us, you know us, you watch a ton of us, but sometimes I wonder if you, the audience, understands why we ask you to rate, comment, like, and subscribe, or even to support our channel by whatever various means, whether that's affiliate links or merchandise. Today, I want to take the time to have a heartfelt conversation with you, our audience, to let you know what it takes to be a creator or influencer, why we ask those questions, and why your favorite influencers or creators like myself may be in danger if you don't support us or you are listening or watching the wrong things. We will have that conversation right now on this episode of Cena's Corner. All right, everybody, welcome back to Cena's Corner. Of course, I'm your man, David McClam. Before we get into today's topic, I wanted to know that what you're looking at is a preview of the new set I have built for my upcoming reaction videos. So I wanted to just give you guys a sneak peek on what this is, what it looks like, and it kind of leads me a little bit into the conversation that we're going to have today. I know my big head is in the way, so if I move to my right a little bit, you will see what the whole background of that says. And before you guys make the mention, yes, I know my hats are my trademark. Some people says they don't know what I like without one. Well, sometimes you're going to get just me, plain bald-headed David, because it is hot. And today is one of those days. All right, with that being said, let's jump into today's topic. What is it like to be a creator influencer? First of all, what is the difference between a creator and an influencer? In my opinion, an influencer is someone that influences something. Maybe they just have one thing that they do. Like in my case, when I started out, I was heavy on Rock Band, Guitar Hero, and Rhythm Game. So I became an influencer for the game of Rock Band. That means a majority of the content that you saw from me has something to do with either Rock Band, a peripheral of Rock Band, a person in a Rock Band, or just something in the music rhythm gaming genre in general. A creator is the same thing, except for that person usually maybe just does a ton of different videos and is not influencing any one thing per se. So maybe this week they would do Rock Band. Next week there would be Forza 5. The week after that they would do Call of Duty. They're just creating whatever they want to that and not influencing anything else. I think I kind of fall in the middle of that now because I do still create and will be creating for rhythm games now they're coming back, but I also want to do a bunch of things that we're doing now. So I consider myself to be more of a creator at this point. For the ladies, break it down this way: your favorite girl that you look at that's influencing makeup, maybe they're like Maybelline or whatever, they are influencer for that company. Sometimes they take you on trips with them because they get asked to go. They're going to be showcasing the makeup. And that's the only makeup they wear. That's because they are influencing that makeup brand. Just want to make that clear on two different levels. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about what it takes for your creators to do what we do and why we ask you to support, like, comment on the videos. And I'm going to tell you why I think that you should like and subscribe to every channel that you watch, even if you only watch one video. Like the studio around me, for those of us that takes this seriously, it takes us hundreds of thousands of hours to produce and give you what we do. That's from making any type of set like this one, a green screen background set, or content, editing. You know, if you have a show that does a guest, how you get your guests lined up, all of that goes into taking time. And in a lot of these cases, your creators don't get paid for any of that. Now, we go into this realizing there is no monetary gain in it. A lot of us, like myself, do it because we love to influence, or we love to create, and we love to share things with you. And the only thing we ask in return, even if you never give us any money, is just to like, comment on the video, and subscribe to the channel. Let me tell you what these three things actually do. If you subscribe to the channel, what you are doing, if you don't know it, is you're helping that creator be able to move up the echelon to where he or she can indeed monetize their channel. There has to be so many subscribers that you have to have before you can monetize. Now, don't quote me this, I haven't looked at the rules. These may be old and outdated, but I think at this point, you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers to be able to be considered for monetization. But that's not where it ends. On top of that, that same creator has to have, I believe, 4,000 watch hours total to be able to ask to be monetized. So when you subscribe to that channel, if you took long enough to watch even 5 minutes of his or her video, to me, that means that that creator was worthy of your time. And I think you should honor them with a subscription. It's free to you. It costs you nothing. Liking the video actually sends this now higher up the algorithm. So even if the video gave you one little inkling of enjoyment, or you learned something from it, or you're going to use whatever you heard, that video is worthy of a like. And what that does is it goes up the YouTube algorithm and it says, hey, this video was liked, and YouTube will start ranking these videos by these likes over other videos like yours that may not have as high as likes. So you're just helping this creator push up the ladder. And in return, they will end up getting more views, which in return will help them get monetized. Hitting the bell means that every time a video is dropped from that creator, that video is going to go to you. They don't have to worry about you. You're saying, I want to see everything this person's doing. So on your timeline, when you hit that favorite bell, every time a new video drops from that creator, you will automatically get it. So that covers subscriptions, that covers likes, got through in the bell, and why we want you to comment. Comment helps us know that you are engaged. It also helps us as the creator or the influencer know what you like or what you don't like or what you want to see next. If you're a creator like me, I want the audience to participate. I want you to tell me what you want to see or what you want me to break down or how you want me to do it. We don't know if the content is hitting if you don't comment and tell us what you liked and what you didn't like. Don't worry about upsetting the creator or the influencer. Now, I am going to say you need to come respectful. Don't come calling names and full of criticism. But you have a way you can go and say, hey, I think this segment would have been better if you did A, B, or C. We as creators and influencers, we listen to that. And that's how we get the new content. And that's how we come with the new things that you guys want to see or hear, because you're telling us. If you don't ever comment on any of my videos, I'm not going to know what you like. And since I've been back, I know I've been gone 8 years. I'm trying to work my way back up the algorithms. But if you go back and look at any of my old past videos, people commented all the time. And I responded to every comment that I could. And if there was something that would make my video better, or they're telling me that it would, I always implemented that, because that means this is what you're interested in. Now, many YouTube creators and influencers are going to disagree with what I am going to tell you now. But remember, I have this evidence on 2 different platforms. See, I'm multifaceted platform. What I mean by that is, not only do I do YouTube, but for the last now 10 years, as of the 7th of May, I have been a podcaster. And the algorithm to me works exactly the same. But you can't go by what you see all the time when you go by and you look at the analytics. The analytics is truthful to a point, but not truthful 100%. Let me give you what I mean. If all I do is lurk at your channel all the time, so I'm always watching videos, but I never like, I never comment, I never subscribe. I'm just a way person that is there. Now, for that video, you see that you may have an elevation. Other ones you don't. Same with podcasting. I get email all the time from people that that listen to my podcast all the time. They tell me episodes they've listened to. When I look at my analytics, I'm looking at how many followers I got. The number of people that's writing me is not necessarily matching the number of followers of which I should have. It's the same with YouTube. If you're looking at the number of followers to say this is how many people listen to my or watch my YouTube video, that's wrong. Because people don't always like, comment, or subscribe. Therefore, you really never know 100% how many people is watching your videos. This is why it's important for you, the audience, to let us know that by subscribing or liking or commenting on the video. We're not doing this for the sake of begging. This is just asking you, if we take the time to make this, take the time to do that, and especially around Black creators. Now, there has been articles written about it. I can't remember the name of it. There was a whole entire show that was done about it where Black creators do not have the same rise as white creators. And this is how this documentary proved it. They put, I think, half Blacks and half white creators in one house. They each created the same amount of content for the same amount of hours and uploaded at the exact same time. Nothing different by that. And when they got done doing this experiment, even though the Black creators was putting in just as much time as the white creators, the Black creators kept getting pushed down in the algorithm for whatever reason. Now, I'm not going to call out, people's called out things like racism and all of that. I'm not, because I don't have anything to support that. But I'm just going to say, for whatever reason, our content is pushed down, even if we are working harder than our counterparts. And in this particular documentary, the reason why they wanted to do it where you was doing the same amount of content, the same time, uploaded the same, so there would be no discrepancies around, well, he uploaded his 20 minutes before him, or he didn't do this right. So they made sure everybody did everything equal. So if you go to African American channels, you hear them for real be like, can you please just subscribe or comment? It's going to help me in the algorithm. You should be subscribing to and liking to all the creators, regardless of race, color, creed, whatever it is that you listen to. I do that. Okay. If I've run across a person and they're like, we're going to talk about today how to get more bullets in GTA. If I watch your content for longer than a minute, I'll like the video and I will give you a subscribe, because I know that's going to help you along the way. Now, I want to tell you what it takes to do the things that you see us do. I want to tell you some of the expense that goes into that. And we're going to tackle some systems that is free. Because I don't know if you all creators just talking about all this money, but a lot of stuff is free. A lot of the stuff that is free to you is the software nowadays to do what we do. I'll give you two of them, OBS and Mel Studio. Right now, what you are seeing and what I'm shooting through or recording through, however you want to put it, and my backgrounds and all this is made through Mel Studio. I will probably do a video later on that tells you why I chose Mel Studio over OBS. But let me just tell you this. Mel Studio has done a lot of things that OBS has done, but OBS is more intricate and it's harder to use. And you got to have math to do this and to do that, when a lot of things is just built directly into Mel Studio. That's what I'll say about that. Tune into the video I'll do about that later on. OBS is the king of streaming and video recording for content creators. It has been for a long period of time. Mel Studio wasn't around then. I think Mel Studio been out like 1, 2, maybe 4 years. I don't know, but it hasn't been out as long as OBS has. They're just trying to ease some of the pain that OBS does. But right now in 2026, you have a choice of using OBS or Mel Studio to do what you see from this video right now. Both platforms are free. The only thing that Mel Studio asks you to pay for is if you want to use their service that's going to be able to, I think it's called Spark. And what Spark is AI, and you can build all of your, overlays and all that kind of stuff and talk to the AI, have them help you out. If you don't ever want to use that, then it's free. Back when I started this way past 16 years ago, we didn't have nothing like that. And if OBS was around then, there was nobody making videos showing you how to use OBS. There was nobody showing you how to edit YouTube videos. Back in the Rock Band days, the famous videos is called split screen. So especially if it's a drummer. So you see the drummer's drum kit, and maybe he'll have, they call a foot cam. You can see his foot working the bass pedal that he's using. But we all had to learn that stuff. Now people saying that creating is easier because, like I told you, you have OBS and you have Mel Studio. that's going to help you. But that's just the software that you need. Let me break it down to you this way. If you are a gaming YouTuber, which I am one, now you have a bunch of decisions to make. Do I want to get a gaming PC? Is my Mac going to suffice for what I'm trying to play? Is all the games going to be able to be played on my Mac? If not, what kind of PC do I need? If you guys don't understand how PCs work when you watch your favorite gamer, let me break it down for you. Every game has a specification that that computer has to meet. If one spec is off, it's going to hinder what that creator is trying to do. So let's say the game says you're supposed to have 32 gigs of RAM, but the creator says, you know what? I know Call of Duty says 32 gigs of RAM, but I'm gonna go ahead and run this with 8. Now you have this creator that has lag and you can barely watch the game and the frames per second is off and because this computer is not adequate to handle that. So for your gaming creators out there, they're often upgrading their machines. Every 2 to 5 years, your creator that's doing gaming creations is upgrading their machine. I just upgraded mine only because my son needed a PC and the PC that I had was only 2 years old. But now I wanted to drive a bigger monitor. And here's what you guys have to understand this too. Everything that you drive into that PC, the PC has to have the specs to carry it. So no, if you guys think that you can go out and buy a $500 gaming PC, let's just say, it's got the bottom of the specs. Let's just say it has an AMD Ryzen 4 or 5 in it. Far from the top of the line, you only got 16 gigs of RAM in the machine. Your CPU is like an NVIDIA way back in the 2 or 300 or 2 or 3000 series. You're not even halfway cracking what you need. And now you say, you know what? I want to run a 45-inch ultra wide. Your computer is going to break down and crash on you. It is not going to be able to run that because everything that you ask your computer to run has to have the specs in which to run it. So I want you to think about your favorite gaming creator in your head right now. I want you to think about the games in which he or she is playing. If they're playing things like Call of Duty and something that pushes their machine, Call of Duty, Sam, which is a new game that came out on Steam that actually pushing it, Grand Theft Auto 5, and now going to Grand Theft Auto 6, Cyberpunk is a big one. If your creator is playing these games, especially on that Cyberpunk end, that person has a very high-end computer. And we're talking starting in the $2,000 to $3,000 range just for the PC alone. So when they ask you to comment, rate, and subscribe, help them get up that algorithm, a lot of these people put that right back into their channel for you, the audience. On a later video, and a lot of my play videos, I like to have chats with you guys. I'm going to tell you the computer I went up to, the monitor I just went to, why I have an AMD processor now over NVIDIA, which I've been an NVIDIA man my whole life. See, these are the decisions in which we have to make sure you get the best comment. Productivity wise, do you have another machine? Right now, this is being recorded on my Mac Mini. My Mac Mini is my productivity machine. So when you see a lot of these type of videos, or if I'm having just conversations with you around Cena's Corner, or things of that nature, all of my reaction videos is all recorded and done on a Mac. I am a native Mac user. So when it comes to programs to edit things or render things or whatever I got to do with it, I am more inclined to use my Mac for that. So I have 2 different computers that I use to create on 2 different things. And I have 3 different platforms that I have to use to create. I use Riverside for all of my podcasting duties. I now use Mail Studio to build sets and to have these type of conversations with you and to do all of my reaction videos. And I have a gaming PC, which is where I bring you a lot of my games from. And pretty soon I will have a capture card where I'll be bringing you Nintendo Switch 2 plays. Now I want you to think about maybe how much money that is. It goes by different people's set. I run a dual monitor set. You know, I have a top of the line LG monitor. You know, I had to upgrade specs on my PC. These are things that a lot of creators don't tell you guys because maybe somebody feels that we're bragging or we're trying to beg you for money, and I'm doing neither. I'm just showing you why you should support us, your creators. We don't ask you for any money because we love to create for you, but it is an expensive genre that we do in creation. And we do it out of complete love. I mean, creating for me has helped me out of a whole bunch of situations and things of that nature. So I love doing it. Let me point out one thing I have a problem with some creators on. And I believe I saw this video. If I'm wrong, I'll come back and create it, but I think it was Russell Labs. I watch Russell Labs a lot. He does a lot of WWE content, hence the name Russell Labs. He does all of his, WWE, and if he goes to WrestleMania or he talks about wrestling all the time. I don't remember the name of the guy, but it was on his channel that he was reacting to a video that was made by another creator who was saying that WWE and TKO was coming for the creators for WWE. They were going to come and claim and take away all their channels. The one thing he started alluding to was pretty much what he considered to be lazy creators. Creators that just does the same thing all the time, over and over again. And he's saying that these are the ones that WWE is going to come after, and the ones too that is broadcasting things they should not be broadcasting. And what he meant by that is sometimes some of these creators will have what they call a watch with me session. So it's a big pay-per-view, let's just say WrestleMania. And they'll put out there, hey, come watch WrestleMania with me. It'll be a lot of fun. Get your popcorn. Go ahead. The comment session to be live. We can experience this together and we can comment together in real time. Now, the problem with that is that WWE and TKO did not give you a license to be able to broadcast this program now for free. Sure, the creator had to pay his or her little $30 to get ESPN Plus, but if that creator especially is very popular, think of all of the other $30 that TKO and WWE now missed out on because I'm watching this for free. Even if I got a bunch of people commenting and chatting, it's free. Now, I kind of call TKO hypocritical with that one because I see Stephanie McMahon is still on the air. Her podcast is still running every week. And she was the one that told people because she got questioned about all of the expense that it takes now to watch WWE. You got to have, ESPN if you in America. You got to have Netflix to watch Raw. ESPN handles all of the pay-per-views. They killed the network. I think Peacock handles some stuff. When now overseas, Netflix is everything they need. Right? You get all the pay-per-views, Raw, SmackDown, all right there. So she was questioned, with all of this expense in the U.S., why would people want to give you another $30 to be able to watch pay-per-views? Her answer was, go get a VPN. Go and search it for another country. You don't have to pay the $30. So you can get a VPN, tell the VPN that you in Mexico, boom, it's international. So Netflix is going to carry your SmackDown, your Raw, and your pay-per-views. I didn't see her get admonished or taken out the air or people having a fit with that. But when it comes to these creators, they do. Now, here's the one thing that I kind of took some issue with. He started talking about, like I said, lazy YouTubers. People he didn't think put a lot of stock into what they're doing. People who just did the same thing all the time. They didn't bother to get different sets or equipment and things of that nature. And I think at some point, Russell Labs has paused and said, well, he's talking about me. And he's saying, I have real world things to do, work and all that kind of stuff, which is understandable. He goes, but I'm not going to stop doing videos. I want to get as many videos out to you as possible. Now, I'm going to leave you a link to Russell Labs' YouTube channel because I like the guy. He's really good and he does what he does and he's very good at what he does. So I don't want anybody to take this as criticism towards Russell Labs or the audience about what I'm about to say now. See, a lot of the culture that Russell Labs just spoke about, I got to just churn these videos out. Really, that's the audience's fault. Because of the fact that you guys give us grief if we don't put out a video 2-3 a week. We get grief if we only put a video out once a month. Now, take me, for instance. When I started doing this, 16 years plus ago, I was in my early 30s. Uh, we were just about to have what is now our last child at this point, which is Jacob. He was young. He was all on my streams. I've held contests around his weight. Life changes though as you get older, right? I had people graduate, different health problems in my house now, different jobs, different work schedules. I'm not making money from YouTube at this point. And back at that point, I was making some money back in the time. I was making at least at the bare minimum $1,000 a month. And that was at the lowest end. So I was able to do this full time and still support my family if I had a part-time job or no job. But this is now 2026, people. Everything in California went up. Cost is higher. Gas is damn near $6.10 a gallon as of this recording. Jobs come and go. Got to switch this and that. So your creator changes with time. But the way Russell Labs is probably feeling is, I need to keep the audience that I get. And I don't really have time to sit around and make things better or do this or do that. I can't take 2 or 3 days off to make a studio. I just got to keep pumping this out. Now, to further that, I was looking at some of the comments that he was getting during his reaction to this video. And if that's how he's thinking, I don't know, I'm just giving you speculation, then he's right. Because on all of his things, yeah, bro, keep doing what you're doing. Don't listen to them. Turn those out. Now, if I was there, I would have said something like, bro, if you need to take some time, if you want to better your set or whatever you want to do, we will understand that. Because people, what you see around you right now in this video, it takes time. Just to give you just a little hint on that, I know you're only getting a sneak peek, but I implore you to come back and watch my first reaction video that's coming out real soon the next couple of days, and you will see the intricacy that went into this studio. This is nothing compared to what the rest of the studio actually looks like. This is just a glimpse. It took me 4 days to make the studio. And I'll tell you, yeah, I had some help from AI. We're going to talk about that in a minute. There's a way to use it and a way not to. But when you come up with this concept, you just want somebody to hone it in. How can we make this better? Because you want it all to look right and you want it all to look like. But to design all of this and do everything I did, it took me 4 days. Then when I finally started putting in the mail studio, some things broke, some things that come out right. Screens was disappearing. So you got to go through and troubleshoot all of that stuff too at the same time. So if he doesn't feel like he has time, I understand that. But I do believe this for every creator. If you guys have been with me a long time, you know this. And if you guys are new, I implore you to go right to my channel. You see what I'm about to tell you. How did I start out? I started out with a little Sony camera. Wasn't world's greatest. My wife ends up gifting me a brand new camera like 6 months or so down the line that was better than what mine was. Didn't have microphones like I have now. Didn't even have a lapel mic. The microphone I relied on was the one that was built into the camera. Didn't have no green screen. Didn't even know how to do a green screen. Didn't even know how to light one. So I was sitting in what I call the barn. It was a shed that we had bought for our hot tub. And I turned it into my studio and I called it the barn. If you watch my progression, later on down the line, I started having green screens. I learned how to do green screening, which is now also called chroma key. Jacob Verdejo was kind of the guy who created my logo. He was kind enough because he worked or owned a printing company, wanted to. He was sending me banners. So you see my banners in the background. But bruh, this was like a 1, 2, maybe 3-year thing before all my stuff started evolving because I wanted it to evolve. So when it comes to your creators, you have to understand this. Everybody doesn't have a ton of money when they begin. Everybody doesn't have a ton of money when they're 5 years in. Streaming has been made easier now and doing photos because now your phones are capable, whether it's Android or Apple, of doing some of this stuff for you. But if a creator is not evolving in your eye, if the creator is still stuck on the same thing as always, maybe you need to ask yourself, am I being fair to this creator or influencer as an audience member or a fan of theirs? Because maybe I'm not giving them the time to take off to do what they need to do. I just want to be different. If you look at anything I've ever done, I'm different than everybody else. They used to call me the niche master because I build all these niches in that no one's ever done. And that's because I do a lot of research before I do or say certain things. I knew when I wanted to do reaction videos, I didn't want my reaction videos to look the same as everybody else. And I've done a ton of research into these reaction videos, and 98 to 99% of them are the same. Everybody's sitting at their coffee table, or they're sitting in their house, or they just have the screen that they're reacting to, or the video sitting on top, but it's just a square. And I said, what can I do to be different? As creators, we want to be different. We want you to feel different. And it's a reaction video. So we want to give you something different that nobody else is giving you, which is why the tagline for my videos for those is watch, react, and decode. You're going to find out what all that's about. There's going to be something about my reaction videos that you guys have never seen anywhere else before. And I know it to be true because I've spent 2 weeks doing research, especially on the videos I'm going to react to make sure what I'm going to tell you in the reaction video is right and nobody can come back and say I was wrong. I do think that as a creator that we need to evolve ourselves, even if it's not the most expensive thing here or there. If you are creating for some time and if you're drawing any a lot of money, man, you can get a decent mic now for $50. If you want to do a green screen, now there's virtual green screens. I have lighting behind me, but what you see, I actually don't have a green screen. Now they're doing virtual AI green screens to where you, just like if you have one in the back of you, you chroma key it out. And if you have the proper lighting, you show up. Now, for Black people, you know, we always have little shadows around us because of the pigment in our skin. Sometimes the lighting will be good. I'm in a very small space. Right now, from what I'm seeing, the lighting looks very good. It's kind of even, but it's never going to be perfect. And as audience members, you can't expect us to always be perfect, but be grateful for what we give you. So I hope if that's how Russell Labs feels, that over time he feels like, hey, I'm just going to say I'm taking some time off and I want to do these kind of things. Again, I'll do a video on it. Mail Studio makes these things all easier. Not going to say easy. I am going to say easier because it still took me 4 days to produce what you have here as far as the background. But I do think us creatives need to evolve, add something different, ask your audience what y'all guys want to see. And you guys got to be honest. Okay, look, here's my sound. Here's my, what my background looks like. What piece do you think I should change first? Get audience participation in that. That way you guys can feel like you're helping to build the channel, which is what we want you to do. So I got picked on for a lot of times. I think I still have the view that people, oh my gosh, you need to go get a better mic. You need to do this. You need to do that. And once I came with a video that said, I'm not rich. If you guys want to donate everything to me, feel free. I just started doing this. So in time, you're going to get to what you get, right? And in time, where I end up going, I went from the barn into my house. A lot of videos were shot directly in front of my fireplace. I did tons of those right there. But back in those days, nobody was caring. They just wanted you to get the content out. And also, I was changing up some things. Cameras changed, microphones changed. So people was kind of happy with that. Now in 2026, it's such a cutthroat world for creators out here. Marquise Brownlee, guys like that, I think I was here before them, right? And look at their sets now. Look at what you have to do to create an audience. Nobody wants to see the same stuff. Why he didn't move this or why he didn't do this. Everybody's overcritical because they feel like since they're the audience that you guys can be. And I'm going to tell you this, and I'm saying this as nice as possible. Some of us do and some of us don't, whether we can't do it or whether we can. I am always grateful for people that does things I cannot do. Because I'm going to tell you this, I'm doing this for years. Being an influencer, a creator, and a podcaster, my gosh, people, it is not easy. I have been credited, whether it's true or not, I'm telling you what I've been credited with, doing videos the way you see me doing these now. Back when I started 16 plus years ago, there wasn't people doing videos like this, where I'm talking to you through a camera and it seems like I have an audience around me and that I'm talking to people. There is no one else in the room with me right now. Matter of fact, directly behind my camera is the plaque of when Cody Rhodes won his championship belt. That's what I'm staring at. A lot of people didn't have the knack to do this. I did get reached out. People ask me, how do I do it? What's the tips for them to do it? What should they do? How it came across. Now, how did I come out with this whole concept? Because I was going to do reviews. Long before Rock Band came along and picked me up, I wanted to do reviews. And I wanted to remove everything from my review that I hated when I watched somebody else's review. And the one thing that I hated the most when I had to read reviews is I could not see the person's face or eyes when they're telling me this. There is something, people, about looking at the eyes and the face that tells you everything. If I'm telling you the truth, you should be able to look me in the face and tell through my eyes, okay, he really means what he's saying. If I'm BSing you because I just want you to go buy this product, you're going to be able to see that too. So when I started my channel, I said, the first thing is I want the audience to see my face so they know if I'm BSing or not. This way, I always, not that I wouldn't anyways, but I'm holding myself to being truthful. This way, you guys know that everything I'm telling you is the truth because I'm putting my face here and you can see exactly my expressions and my reactions and what's going on. And that's how I came with the concept. Well, I don't see a lot of other people doing this. What if I just talk to my audience directly through a camera as if I had 1,500 people behind me? And that's how this started. That was different then. Now everybody's doing videos in this manner, in this way. And it doesn't really matter who created it first or whatever. You just know now you have more competition in the competition space. Reaction videos is one of them. They're all the same, right? Now, I'm not going to tell you this here. You hear this on my first reaction, so please tune in. But I'm going to tell you at the beginning, before we do the reaction, why I'm doing reactions, what the difference between my reaction and somebody else's reaction is going to be, and the things I'm going to try not to do because they annoy me every time I watch a reaction. My mama used to always tell me, either you can do one or two things. You can complain about a situation or you can try to fix it. Well, I'm bringing you my version of reactions to try to fix that. Not to replace anybody that you love to do reactions. And I think this is where a lot of people get this wrong. A creator who's a good one should never be out to replace anybody else. Matter of fact, that creator should be encouraging you to continue to support the reaction channels or any other channels in which you currently are subscribed to or listen to. Just that yours is going to be different than this person's, so expect that. I'm just trying to give you a different perspective. Maybe kick you some knowledge you didn't know about the reaction videos that is there. So that's why you should like, subscribe, and support your creators that you listen to. Because we do this because we love to do it. And if you want us to evolve, you got to give us time to do that. Help us out. Shout out some programs. A lot of us is new to this. Okay. Right now in the setup I have, I can click another button and go live right now. So I'm thinking about doing some streams, down the road. But a lot of people don't know how this works. And a lot of people don't know what programs to use. And a lot of people don't know which way to go. A lot of people is not technical, which is what becomes a problem with OBS. You gotta have the kind of technical know how to do it. And a lot of us who's older with families, we don't want to go through that. We just want to get some kind of a solution that we know we got to put some work into, but it's not going to take me 1 trillion years to get from setting something up to recording to getting it to you. In closing, I want to touch on why I said that if you guys don't support us, or if you're watching the wrong things, that your favorite creator, including me, yours truly, may be taken out. And that is due to the world of AI. Now, AI, and a lot of people's like, generative AI sucks and you should never use it. Let me put it to you this way. AI has its place. AI is here to stay. Here's what I have a problem with AI. When people go with no concept, okay, let's just say, doing this. Let's just say somebody says, well, I want to make a green screen, layout or studio. No concept. You just go to ChatGPT or whoever you go to and you say something like, make me a studio, 5 rooms, and a space-like theme. That's it. So you have now asked AI to do everything for you. You didn't give AI no colors. You didn't tell them what you want the room to look like. You didn't say what in space you wanted. You just said, make me 5-room studio in space. So you've just now given all the tools directly to ChatGPT or whatever it is. And yes, AI is going to build 100% for you. If you go with a concept, hey, I want the room to look like this. Here is my colors. I want a cyborg theme, but here's what I want to be different. I want the lights to go here. I want sweeping lights over here and here and here. When I switch scenes, I wanted to do this transition. I wanted to say this. Can you help me hone that? Now, you didn't ask ChatGPT, can you build it? You gave ChatGPT all of the information. You're plugging it in. This is what I want. This is how many rooms I want. This is what I want in the room. This is what I needed to say. This is what I needed to do. Help me hone it. Don't help me make it. Help me hone or build it. And you will see that ChatGPT or whatever you use comes back with a whole different answer than if you just go and say, hey, build me the studio. It's going to come back with, okay, it's going to tell you, first of all, does your concept work or not? It's also going to tell you if it's a good idea to use it. It will give you certain suggestions. Hey, I don't really agree that you want green in this room. If you're going to have this color over here, I think what you need to do in this room instead of green, put blue. Now, I didn't tell you what to do. It just said, I suggest. You can choose to do whatever you want. But now there's a thing called AI influencers. I just came across one today because I was checking out another reaction video, and I think it's called the echo chamber or something like that. They ain't a human being on that channel. The dude is AI. His whole background is totally AI made. And the only thing I think a human's doing is splicing in the video that he's reacting to. These things are taking over and they're making thousands and thousands of dollars because it's some of the fastest growing channels in YouTube right now. All of your channels that you have people that's reading you books and it's like 4, 5, 6 hours long, all of those, except for a few I've ran across and one I tried to start, are all AI generated. So you're giving some lazy human being, because this is really a lazy creator. And if you look over YouTube, there's a ton of videos that tell you how to do it. Hey, I made $1,000 in a night having my AI read books. Here's how to do it. To me, I think that's robbing the people. You tell me as an audience, who would you rather connect with more? Somebody that you know, even if they use any bit of AI, but you know they put heart into it, they put sweat into it, they thought about it. When you see their product, you know that it was hard driven work that they did, and that person actually shows up on screen for you. Now, whether or not it's a talking head video like this, or they decide to go faceless, you know that there's a real person back there. Because faceless videos will tell you that, hey, you don't see my face, but I'm real. You know, no AI here. Or would you rather just go get the quick book from somebody who just not even wrote code no more? Because there's programs you can use just to generate this stuff. And you just said generate, and there you go. Which one would you rather listen to or watch? It's the same thing with authors. There's a video I was just watching about authors that's using AI. If you go to Amazon and look up a book and you see the author, and the author has 4 books in March, 2 books in June, 4 in July, I guarantee you that person is using AI to write books. And they put a couple of AI authors to shame because they were using AI to generate their book covers as well. And they were pointing out how the word hutch was spelt wrong and things of that nature. And one of the authors came back and said, well, don't be jealous of me, because what it takes me to do in a day, it takes you 6 months to do. I'd rather read the book that took 6 months to write than the one you just went to ChatGPT and said, write me a horror thriller about a man that cut off somebody's head, and AI spits that out. So your real creators like me is going to be taken out by AI creators if you guys don't continue to subscribe, like, and support us, whether that's monetarily or you just show up to watch the videos. Either one of those work. I don't think you understand how your hours, like I explained at the beginning, works. The number of hours, I think, is 4,000 watch hours to be monetized with 1,000 subscriptions. So even if you don't want to give any money to your creator, you're already helping them to get that just by subscribing to the channel and watching the video. So don't let us go down with AI. Don't support AI channels. If it's 100% AI, I guarantee you there's somebody out there. I've ran into a couple of them. I may bring my channel back or where people is actually reading you stories at night, but it's not an AI person. It's somebody who actually put time to get these stories and research them. They've taken time to record them. Because I'm telling you, recording them is not easy. It could take me longer to edit this video than it did for me to record it. Even though in the studio, it's set up for me to do a one-take shot from intro to outro. But if I made a mistake here or there or whatever, I need to put it on the editor and I need to take that out for you because editing is also key. So support us. Don't support AI. If you're going to put money into us, put money into a real creator, not into an AI one. You can tell them they're easy to spot. I'm not saying if I'm not saying anything that you say like somebody's a cat, I'm not saying that's all AI. They are using the AI figure. Some of those do use their real voice, but you want to get behind your real human creators, which is us. That's going to make sure we bring you this content the way that you want it to be brought. All right. So sorry that was long. I wanted to kind of give you guys my take on that. I probably didn't cover everything I wanted to, but I think you guys get the gist. We're not begging you to do anything. We're just asking you to take some time to subscribe, like, hit that bell for us. And we'll continue to bring you the content in which you want as long as you comment and you tell us what that is. Also, you guys tell me what you like. Do you like a lot more video with me just being me, no hat? Or do you like the hat all the time? Do you want to see a mix? The hat's not gone forever. It was just hot today and I did this. So you tell me which look that you like. But now for those that I've heard from for years that no one knows what I look like without a hat, here I am. I'm bald as the day. I have no hair. Probably because my wife and kids ripped it all out. No, that's what happened when we have wife and kids. I love them to death, but I have gray hairs because of them. Anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this one. To come, you see the set. If you want to see the rest of what this magnificent set turned out to be that I have taken 4 days to build, please come back for my first reaction video. I'm not going to tell you what that is, but I know you're going to enjoy it. A lot of people have reacted to this, and I want to put it out there from what my perspective is around this one. So come back, check out the reaction videos. This is not the only set I will build. There'll be a new set coming too for other things that I want to do. But this one, definitely for reaction videos. I think you guys are going to like it. But all right, guys, I thank you for tuning in today. I couldn't do this without you. Thank you for those who have come back after 8 years. 4,200 of you have stayed around while I was gone. And you guys are now coming and trickling, talking to me, saying it's good to be back. I'm glad to be back. I'm here for the long haul. If some of my content take time to get out, bear with me. I do have other things going on, and it takes time to record these things, but hopefully not as long as it was when I had to remodel all of this. So once again, thank you for tuning in. If you are somebody that knows somebody who wants to hurt yourself or somebody else, please go and call 988. Suicide is not the way. No one's told you I want you to be here. I know things is rough, but there's nothing worth your life. So until next time, guys, God bless. Take care of yourself and each other. Peace, love, and keep rocking out. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next one.